dear grade 10 learners. Welcome back to Felicians TV. Are you ready for another fruitful day of new learning experiences about vocabulary development? We are happy to hear that from you. I am your teacher on screen, Ms. Vanessa Mellendrez, and I will be your learning buddy for today. And together, let us learn and enjoy while in the comfort of our homes.
Before we proceed to our lesson, allow me to share the target objectives for this lesson. First, identify the technical terms in research. Second, differentiate the technical terms used in research. And lastly, classify the technical terms used in research. Have you encountered making a research about a topic? Do you know what is a research? This will help you answer all the queries or questions in your mind. Let us begin with our first activity, which is entitled, What I Think. Here's what you are going to do. Choose the like icon if you think the sentence is a description of a research, and dislike icon if you think it is not. Number 1. Research must observe a step-by-step process. The correct answer is like. Number 2. Research must be hurriedly conducted. The correct answer is dislike. Number 3. The researcher must have the final say in his or her findings. The correct answer is like. Number 4. The student researcher must read literature related to the problem he or she is studying. The correct answer is like. And number 5, a person's opinion is acceptable and considered as an answer to the questions asked by the researcher. The correct answer is like. Congratulations! You did a great job. Now you are really ready to know what research is. Let us now define and discover what research is.
According to Pollitt and Beck 2004, research follows a step-by-step process of investigation that uses a standardized approach in answering questions or solving problems. While according to Peace 2004, research main purpose is to answer a question or to solve the issue. According to Sanchez 2002, research is a continuous undertaking of making known the unknown. It entails an investigation of new facts leading to the discovery of new ideas, methods, or improvements. It is an attempt to widen one's outlook in life. It always proceeds from the known to unknown. Thus, the research is to arrive at a new truth. According to Sanchez 1999, research is an investigation following ordered steps leading to a discovery of new information or concepts.
According to Bassey, as cited by Coleman and Briggs 2002, research is a very careful investigation of something that purports the contribution of additional or new knowledge and wisdom. While according to Crawford, as cited by Alcantara and Espina 1995, research is a tested approach of thinking and employing validated instruments and steps in order to obtain a more adequate solution to a problem that is otherwise impossible to address under ordinary means.
Now that you understand the definition of research, you are now ready to encounter the technical terms in research. Come and join me to explore technical terms with research. Let's start this with a definition of abstract. It summarizes all sections and helps readers decide whether or not to read the entire report. An abstract includes the overall purpose of the study and the research problem investigated, the basic design of the study, major findings or trends found as a result of the analysis, and brief summary of the interpretations and conclusions.
Here's an example of abstract.
Next, we have introduction. It leads the reader from a general subject area to a particular topic of inquiry. Also, introduction presents information, scope, and focus of the research paper.
This is an example of introduction.
Next, we have literature review. It provides a review of what others have written or researched on concerning the topic. A literature review surveys books, scholarly articles, any other sources relevant to a particular issue or of research or theory, and provides a description, summary, critical evaluation of works in relation to the research problem being investigated.
Here's an example of literature review.
Methodology. It explains how the research was conducted. Methodology answers the two main questions, such as how the data collected and how it was analyzed.
This is an example of methodology.
We also have results. It presents the information gathered through the research. The results should state the findings of the research arranged in a logical sequence without bias or interpretation.
Here's an example of results.
Discussion. It interprets and describes the significance of the researcher's findings.
This is an example of discussion.
Conclusion. It provides the summary of the research. It provides important opportunities to the reader of understanding the research problem.
Here's an example of conclusion.
Appendix. It contains other related information such as graphs, charts, tables, lists. An appendix contains supplementary material that is not an essential part of the text itself, but which may be helpful in providing a more comprehensive understanding of the research problem.
This is an example of appendix.
Reference. Lists all the sources used in the research. It provides the information necessary for a reader to locate and retrieve any source the researchers cite in the body of the paper. Reference list entries should be alphabetized by the last name of the author of each work.
Here's an example of reference.
I hope you learned a lot regarding research and the technical terms used in research. Always remember these terms because it will help you compose and conduct your research later on in this quarter. Are you ready for our next activity? And this activity is entitled, Let's Solve. Solve the crossword puzzle. I will read out each statement and identify the technical term being defined in each item. Let us read and answer first the puzzle across. It presents information, scope, and focus of the research paper. The right answer is Introduction. You got it! Next, it summarizes all sections. The correct answer is abstract. Amazing, you are getting it right.
Now, let's solve the puzzle downward. It describes the significance of the research findings. The right answer is discussion. Wow, you really surprised me. Next, it explains how research was conducted. The correct answer is methodology. Good job. And last, list all the sources in research. The correct answer is reference. Perfect. You are really great.
Come and let's proceed to our next activity. This activity is entitled I Know. In this task, you have to identify the important term of research paper being presented in each given picture. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. This data is from the website of Frontiers, and this is an example of A. Abstract, B. Literature review, C. Reference, D. Results. The correct answer is D. Results. Number 2. This data is from the website of Very Well Mind, and this is an example of A. Appendix, B. Conclusion, C. Discussion, D. Reference. And the correct answer is D. Reference. Number 3. This data is from the website of Frontiers, and this is an example of A. Abstract, B. Discussion, C. Introduction, D. Results. You got it right. The correct answer is C. Introduction. Number 4. This data is from the website of Frontiers, and this is an example of A. Conclusion, B. Discussion, C. Introduction, D. Reference. The correct answer is A. Conclusion. Terrific! Your answer is right. Number 5. This data is from the website of Frontiers, and this is an example of A. Literature review, B. Methodology, C. Reference, D. Results. Marvelous! You got the correct answer. The correct answer is B. Methodology. On our last part of today's lesson, let's see if you really learned new things. Now, we are on our final activity. This is entitled, Let's Check This Out. In this task, you have to choose the check icon if the statement is correct, and cross icon if it is not. Number 1. Introduction should clearly identify the subject area of interest. The answer is check. Number 2. Abstract should have lengthy background or contextual information. The statement is incorrect. Number 3. Reference list should appear at the end of researcher's paper. The answer is check. Number 4. The function of paper's conclusion is to restate the main argument. The answer is check. And number 5. The appendix can be a good place to put maps, photographs, diagrams, and other images. The answer is check. Congratulations, grade 10 learners! You are really fantastic and you did a great job. I hope this lesson helped you in understanding what research is and the technical terms used in research. Once again, this is your teacher, Ms. Vanessa Mellendrez, leaving you a message to always enjoy learning to achieve your goals. Thank you for watching. God bless.